So we found iron. 8 pieces. That would construct a good deal of armor. But we have some other things we need to do too, and there are some tools that can only be made out of iron. Here's an example of not stepping properly. I didn't step on the trap door right, on the pressure plate right, and the door didn't open right, and then I had to manually close it. I confused my door basically. When you dig out a block and then you put another block in, you're not going to cover up the little drop block. The little drop block usually pops right back out of the hole. Almost never does it get lost. But you notice that one fell in the water and didn't bounce up to me. That's okay. Sometimes you don't need those drops. This time I do because I'm going to be making more more glass for my skylight. Just went down in the water and picked him up. I like a slightly uneven walkway. It looks more natural. It blends into the environment better. Of course, I would really like not to have to step into water when I get off my stairs. So I'm doing this, making a little flower bed out front. Blend these two together. So it looks nice and old and rickety and, I don't know, fairy tale like. I'm leaving a little bit of green right by the water because I'll want to grow sugarcane, and sugarcane must grow right past the water, right beside the water. That's my lagoon, my hidden lagoon. I'm going to cover it with glass. That's why I went and got some sand. So I like having sugarcane right by my door so I can just smack it as I come out the door and gather it up. I'm trying to get Little Maids mod to work. I haven't found any Little Maids. I've got a game I'm playing with it, and I've got all kinds of sugarcane growing. So every time I pass by, I get tons and tons of sugarcane. The Little Maids like sugar and they like cake. You need lots of sugar. Gathering sand from my skylight. I can't get the mod to work. I think it may be because I'm trying to operate it with Magic Loader, and it doesn't like that. Keep your ears peeled. We're going to hear something really good. Hear that? There's sheep. I'm gonna know what I'm gonna be doing with my iron. You need sheep to collect wool. And wool is a good thing because you can make beds out of it. You make other stuff too. For instance, you can dye the sheep. You can dye the wool, but it's better to dye the sheep because it's renewable. And every time you clip the sheep, you get colored wool. I like having colored sheep because they're easy to see from far away. And I like having colored wool because I can construct things I can see from far away. This is Cap'n Corn's Coterie Texture Pack, and the wheat actually turns wheat colored, golden when it's ripe, instead of the default texture pack where it's a little too green and I can't tell if it's ripe or not. I got some extra seeds. Did you see that wheat grow while I was scooping around? I got some extra seeds, so I'm going to go ahead and plant it, even though this won't be my permanent garden. I've got a nice little selection of wheat started, so why not? Then I'm hoping, now that we have so many animals nearby, I'm hoping to make a little pasture on this hillside on top of the house, fence it in, have some sheep and pigs, if I can find any, maybe some cattle. And if it's fenced in and well lit up there, then the mobs won't spawn or be able to get in. And I could keep it grassy and pretty without having creepers blow up the top of my hill and let everything else fall down inside. Making sand now, just to show you how I could use this iron. I didn't do a very good job of this. I should have pointed to the finished product so you could tell that would be a helmet. If I shape them like a helmet, that would be boots. This, if I can get it to go right, this would be a pair of pants, which they call leggings, which makes sense because they're made out of iron. Nobody really wears iron pants too much. Did I forget to show you the best plate? Yes, I did. I'm sorry, I'll show you another time. But because I found sheep, I would like shears, because having a bed is very useful. Right now, if we died, we'd just respawn a few blocks away from where our little house is. But we're going to be traveling. Oh no, the sun's falling, and it's raining. Oh dear, so it's not safe to be outside if there were actual cooties turned on. Anyway, we can travel and take a bed or make a bed when we get there. And if we were to die far, far, far from home, we wouldn't wake up back here and have to run all the way back to get our stuff. We'd wake up in a bed near where we died, and it would be a lot closer. We might be able to get our stuff back. Becomes a consideration. So it's very rainy outside, and it's too dark to go hanging around outside. Even with the monsters turned off, we've got that hidden lagoon place. There might be other steep holes that we could fall down into. There might be a lava pool that I haven't seen yet. All kinds of stuff. There might be a hole where we would get in and I wouldn't be able to find my way back out and we could drown. I could drop gravel on my head just because I can't see very well. Part of the reason this game is a little scarier is because I can't see very well and I don't have very good reaction time on the buttons either. We're going to have plenty of glass to glass in our little lagoon. In the meantime, though, I'm just going to cut out a little bit more of this block. Looks like we're going to have a really nice, large living room. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but oops, that's the sound of a tool breaking. And since I didn't make a whole lot of pickaxes, because I didn't have a whole lot of cobble or wood at first, we should make up some spares, because I'll go through them pretty fast now. I'm going to be chopping a lot of stones. We'll make an iron pickaxe later because there are some ores that can only be mined with iron. Just as you can't even mine cobblestone now unless you have a pickaxe, even if it's just wood. There goes our flint. So different ores require different strengths of pickaxes. But for right now, for what we're doing, until we come across something really snazzy, we're going to mostly be mining cobble and iron. And, I mean not cobble, stone that turns into cobble, iron and coal, which can all be mined with cobblestone pickaxes. Yes, they break quicker, but iron is not as readily available as stone, and it takes some effort to get it, and I'm saving up for a set of armor so I can turn the monsters on. So we're going to have a nice, large size living room, and seeing as how there are at least 2 sheep, and we can make baby sheep once we get a pen built, I'm thinking we are probably going to line these walls with some brightly colored wool, which will bring up the light level so monsters won't spawn as easily. This stone tends to absorb light, not as badly as some, but it does. So it'll be brighter so the monsters won't spawn as easily with just as much torchlight. And it'll just be softer and more homey looking. We're going to be underground a lot. We're going to be seeing a lot of stone. I would like to have something more pleasing to the eye inside my house than stone and this enormous pile of gravel that is hiding something interesting. I have a feeling, I'm not going to prove it, this close to the surface, probably not. There might be a dungeon or an entrance to a cave. We're awfully close to the surface, but there's something back there. We have lots of glass, but I will do that outside, and I will do it when it's daylight. Hopefully, in the morning, the rain will stop. Thank you for watching.